Go on a ride. "14 years and 83 days ago, I have a home in the Southeast Valley of Las Vegas." Who's here from Vegas? Vegas? You know that drive when you come on the 215 and the first building you see is the Mandalay Bay. Those gold windows. And they had picked me up for the third time that week for rehab. And they literally delivered a 12-pack when they were taking me to rehab. And they needed to do it because they couldn't get me to the hospital quick enough for the withdrawals that I was going through. Y'all do a little bit of math, that's 2008. It wasn't a really good time. And I looked up at the Mandalay Bay and I said to myself, 21 years in this business, door knocking, cold calling, FISBOs, expireds, recruiting. It's finished. I'm going to be a janitor in that building. And there's nothing wrong with being a janitor. There's nothing wrong with being a garbage man. There's nothing wrong with scraping gum off the concrete. What's important is excellence. And life comes full circle. I'm sitting here on the stage today, the place I was going to be the janitor. Why is that story important to you? Why is that story important? I'm not here because I'm great. I'm here because I've overcome. And we're going into a marketplace together that we're going to overcome. Who's with me? Stand up right now. And I want you all, we're going to go deep, because to grow a business, you've got to go deep, not wide. You've got to go deep within yourself. You've got to go deep within your business. And that's where the growth is. I want you to think about one thing. See, there's a thing called a borrowed belief. You know, here's what you know, is our lessons are in our past. They're not in the future. And I want y'all to raise your hand if you've overcome something in your life. Raise your hand. Absolutely, and we're going to draw upon that. And you want to know what I want you to do? I want you to give yourself a big hand for what you've overcome. Let's make a lot of noise. I'm going to tell you how I overcame it. First day I got out of rehab, it was my 9th in 21 years. It was a demon that haunted me. And you may have one right now. I'm here with you. You may have overcome one. Go get with someone that needs you. But I went over to the most ruthless person I could have coach me. Surprising, right? And I walked in his house and he said, I went to sit down. He says, don't sit down. I says, I need your help. This is life or death. He said, perfect, I've got the plan. Go help someone. And I said, I'm helpless. And he said, someone has it worse. If you're struggling right now, you're a little bit afraid right now, someone's more afraid, go help them. If you've got more skills than someone right now, you're in great momentum right now, go help them. Because all of you are in this room based on one principle. And you know what that principle is? It's called contribution. And that's what's going to carry us through the market. Who's with me? Do the next right thing right. Keep it super simple. Sometimes it's going to be a minute at a time. Sometimes it's going to be a day at a time. But stay locked and loaded on your mission. Grab a seat. Let's rock and roll. So there's 4 things that we're going to cover. We're going to talk about your marketing. We're going to talk about your messaging. We're going to talk about your mindset. And I'm an action taker. So I would not be doing my job if I didn't give you guys 2 action steps to take. How's that sound? You with me? What? You guys with me? All right. I know it's rough in Vegas. I've spent more of my life on that other side than this 14 years on this side. Woo! It was a lot of work being me. Still is just a little bit, but I'm doing okay. Okay? Let's jump in. NASCAR had a challenge. Their attendance, their merchandise sales were going down because there was too much time in between an event. Any of you have too much time going between the next time someone buys or sells? Stay with me. I want you to write these 3 key pieces down because this is what you're going to get in my message to help you with your business. Philosophy, methodology, and technology. And throughout my presentation, you're going to hear me touch on all 3 of those. And so what they did is they went deeper, not wide. And here's how they went deeper. They analyzed their avatar, their ideal customer. 80% of them had children. So guess what they started doing to increase merchandise sales, to increase attendance? They started emailing, but email doesn't work because you're an innovator. I don't do email. No, you're an avoider. And I'm gonna help you with that. That's gonna be one of your tips. And you know what they started doing? They started, write this down, I got a new definition for you. They started nurturing them. You know the definition of nurture? Care for, encourage, support. And that's what the market's gonna ask of you. And they made deeper connections. And they started sending them events in their area for families that kids could enjoy. Message to market match. And then Tentree, who sells clothing. And I have the privilege, listen, to sit in these rooms. I need to constantly be educating myself. I need to walk the talk. And I sit with a gentleman who you can't even work with him as an advertising agency unless you spend $250,000. And we were supposed to be going on a scavenger hunt. I'm still a bad kid in school sometimes, so I'm glad I stayed away from the scavenger hunt so I can talk to you about it. And they wanted him to take him on about 5 years ago. Okay, great, we'll send you our product. Send me your mission statement. Our clothing is this, 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 and this. He said, I'm not taking you on. He said, the consumer wants to know front and center how your product or a product, an output of your product, impacts the community. Is anyone following along with me right now? Okay. And he says, I need some videos on where you plant the trees. And I need a mission statement that you feed people in Africa because of the fruit trees you plant. I need a video on how you impact the carbon imprint. I need a video on how you repopulate the jungles. And then sales went through the roof. But then that was 100, 200% increase. But then I gave Michael an option at checkout. And I said, Michael, do you want to impact the jungle? Do you want to impact the carbon imprint? Or do you want to feed people? They went deeper, not wide. Sales increased 500%. And the best you got? My granny bought a home for 16% 4 years ago. It's still a good time to buy. Oh, wait, I'm not done with you. It's a buyer's market. And then your next post is, sellers, you can still get high price for your home. You guys are ridiculous. I am so confused. But I'm really, really excited to be here with you, okay, and help you with your marketing. A title company, and stay with me on this, okay? A title company was getting crushed last year in the Midwest. I'll respect the confidentiality of it. They were running, stay with me, they were running a discount marketing program. They spent $2 million. They lost market share, went behind. By the way, discount tells people it's cheap. Incentive tells people I'm getting value. Marketing 101, okay? Brought in a marketing company. They did an overlay to look for some markers to go deep, not wide. You know what the number one marker was? 61% of their clients own a dog. Guess what was in the advertising over the next 90 days? A dog. And guess what the next quarter was in sales? 100%. Well, the market was good. I don't know. I don't think the market was up 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, You know, the best marketing is deep psychological and emotional bonds with human beings. Today's consumer wants to know a couple of things. They want to know how what you do impacts the community, or what you're doing with your financial resource to impact the community. You say, well, John, that's not relative to us. You better start paying attention. Amazon is your competition. Chevy is your competition. Rolls-Royce is your competition. Write down the number 10,000. That's how many ads you will see today. You know what your competition is? It's mind space in the experience that people have. People don't buy things, they buy the experience it's going to give them. Another company, real quickly, and this is from another advertising agency. This guy spends hundreds of millions monthly. And you know what he's going out to Fortune 200 companies and telling them? If you want to increase your conversion, stop your conversion ads. He took $5 million, shut off the conversion ads, and for 90 days, he turned on customer excellence, contribution to the community, Google reviews, and that business only went up 500%. I've got a couple friends that I get to work with. One, they're 60 agents, sold 1,983 transactions last year. That's pretty good. No Zillow, no Realtor.com. The number one contributor to a children's hospital. Interesting. And I have another friend, watch these trajectories. From 1,000 transactions to 2,000 transactions to 4,000 transactions. In the 1,000 to 2,000 transactions on a team, when COVID hit, guess what they did? We're not selling houses, we're delivering groceries. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to win, you got to contribute. I can't make this stuff up. I get to work with them. I want you to write down some rules to take back so you can take action. See, it's really, really easy. I can give you what to say. That's what Bill Pipes masters, and he's going to take you through for those 3 days in January. But here's what I want to help you with. I want to help you with some principles, because what I know is if you have foundational principles, you'll know what to say. See, the challenge with marketing is only 50% of it works, but you don't know till you try it. And then you find out. The 95-5 rule, I want you all to capture this. At any given time, only 5% of your audience is in the consideration phase. What does it mean? What it means is that a conversation about real estate is relevant. And so most of you are spamming them. No, John, I don't post that much. Let me help you out with spam. Spam is not the frequency within which you send something. Spam is the quality or lack thereof of what you're sending. We have clients sending emails to thousands of people every day, getting 47% email open rates. Eva, Lynn, and Joe, who are in this room, who I've had the opportunity to work with, they've gone from 1 million to 3 million. I think they'll do about 6 million this year, GCI. 5 or 6. Oh, by the way, no Zillow, no Google pay-per-click. But you want to know what they have? They have a little concierge service in their community where, guess what? They'll feed your dog or let the dog out. They'll help with groceries. And oh, by the way, too, their database is only 3,000 people. You need a bigger database. No, you don't need more resources. You need to be more resourceful. And they send an email, and I've seen the screenshots. The screenshot from, what's the number one park in Pasadena for families? And she tells them, the email comes back through. See, raise your hand if you're sending an email that's not templated, that you take the time and a marketing person writes really, really good copy every single week. And wait, and you have a spreadsheet that measures the open rates based on the subject line you've honed in on your message. Raise your hand. Look around, you guys. I'm done. I just made you a bunch of money. You guys, see, here's the thing. Working with the greats, they're smarter than me. I work with the top 0.01%. But you want to know what we do? It's the tiny hinges that swing big doors. Here's the critical piece of the elite performers. And watch this. Listen, you're elite. If you did 25 and you want to do 40, that's elite, because run your race, not mine. run your race, not mine. Compare yourself to others. Oh, how the hell can I know what to be inspired by? These ding-dongs tell you, oh, don't compare yourself to other people. That's terrible. That's if you're emotionally immature and you need to work on your emotional intelligence. Here's what great performers, and you know what? If you're doing 50, 60 transactions, it's working for you, you're a great performer because there's something that's core to your business. If you're doing 2,000 transactions and that works for you, there's this one principle that you're doing and it's core to your business. It's called consistency equals integrity. Consistency models follow up. See, my clients, the people that I work with, okay, they're not doing anything magical. Well, a little bit. They understand that 95% of the time the people they're talking to in their database don't want to have a real estate conversation. But you're telling them how to rake leads this month. Holy smokes. And I'm going to give you guys some things, an action step to take based on this. So let me give you a couple other principles. The 95-5 rule. Is this making sense, you guys? You with me on this? Yes or no? Hey, make some noise. Make some noise if you absolutely already need to go back and change your marketing message. Make some noise. Yes. This is how we're winning. And I'm here to win with each and every one of you. See, the heart chooses, the mind justifies. Why do you keep leading with logic? Get a 6.75% interest rate. You guys, you're saying the right things to the wrong people and the wrong things to the right people. Okay? The heart chooses, the mind justifies. People don't believe what they're told, they believe what they experience. Create an experience of what it's going to be like when they work with you before they work with you. Are you tracking with me on that stuff? Messaging and marketing. Okay? Let's talk about mindset. I love it. I've been doing this thing for a little bit. Cheplak's just mindset. It's the mindset thing again. Yeah, well, I sold a little bit of real estate and ran a pretty good company. I'm not one of them theorists. Okay? So you're telling me that you're consistent 100% of the time. You do what you say you're going to do all the time. That's called mindset. Here's what I want to help you with. Principles, their law. I've got a good case. I want to demonstrate it. What's going to happen when I let go of this? That's called a principle. Is that how your prospecting is every single day? No matter what? See, principles are your start and stop. Let me take it back to ultimately what continues to carry me through, and it's called mission and purpose. Okay? My mission's really, really close to clear. Write this down. Here's the deal with the mission. Your mission has to, you need to be able to come up here and go across this stage and share with us, this is my mission. And declare it. Because a man or woman on a mission can't be beat. Serve, lead, inspire people who want to have a positive life experience as a result of the real estate business. My purpose, a 30-year-old, I just need one, and you guys sit with me. Oh, I've heard this a million times. You're going to hear it a million more times because you all keep getting too creative, and you know what? You know what pro athletes are? Boring. And you know what pro athletes do? They make a ton of money because they're focused. You know what my purpose is to create every medical opportunity for my daughter who's had 20 plus heart surgeries. What's yours? See, do you think that if you connect to something like that to your heart, is it going to get you up in the morning? Is it going to get you being healthy? See, because here's what y'all need to do. You're going into uncharted territories. Many of you, and it's exciting. It's called the land of opportunity. It is the land of opportunity. You want to know what? You have to be more focused. You have to be more disciplined. You have to strive to be a better person. You have to strive to be healthier. You've got to help more people. I'm going to give you 4 core principles. Steal them. I stole them. They're really simple, okay? Number 1, personal responsibility. You can't change what you don't own. And I want you to show love for one another and support one another. When you hear someone that blames, criticizes, and complains, listen, I'm going to promise you, well, sorry, I can't help you. Do you think that personal responsibility is going to be critical for you as you go through this market? Yes or no? What? Good. Then the next thing I want you to do on your little notepad there, I want you to write on the top side of it, left side, controllables, uncontrollables. And I want you to write down all the things you don't control, every single one of them. And then on the left side, I want you to write down all the things that you control. You fold that sucker in half and you're obsessed with the things you control. And you're obsessed with people and places and things that support you. Because you want to know the path to productivity is learning not to say yes more, it's saying no so you can say yes to the right things. And we're going to take a look at your time, because is time going to get more valuable right now, yes or no? Are you going to have to increase your activities big time, yes or no? Good. Y'all think you have time management problems, right? You're lied to. You have choice management issues. You have choice management issues. No judgment. I wish I knew how to drink. Some of you went out and drank late last night. I don't know how. Here's the point I want to make to you. Good old Nick Saban says it. You can be bad at what you do. You can be average. You can be good. You can be excellent, or you can be elite. Which one do you think this market's going to ask of you? What? I can't hear you. More is going to be asked of you. Those of you that bring more will get a life beyond your wildest of dreams. Because I overcame in 2008 and walked right through it. And it's a series of misadventures along the way, but I'm crystal clear on that purpose. Personal responsibility. Number 2, commitment. We don't have goals, we have commitments. We do what we say we're going to do. And I'm going to tell you something. You go back, if you're a team leader here, if you're an agent on the team, you go back and guess what? You support these principles. See, really, team leaders, it's not your job to police the community. It's all of your job to police the community. Anyone's leading a group, it's your job. Commitment. Do we say what we're going to do? Number 3, this is the big one that gets in the way, and write it down, is you just got to know it. Average people wait for accountability. Okay? Champions move towards accountability. And the final is contribution. I have situations come up all the time in my business that do not make sense financially, but I don't have amnesia. I remember that drive on the 215 when no one wanted anything from me. I couldn't give anyone anything. Contribution will be your make or break every single time. What are your 4 core principles? What is your purpose? What is your mission? Super simple. I'm going to end with 2 action steps for y'all. I want to check in. Can you guys go back and take some action just from those simple things I said to you? Yes or no? Okay, good. Now I'm going to give you the action steps. I might get in trouble, but I'm going to go off because I've got this recruiting thing in my blood, and I might be in a room of recruiters. Yeah? No? Or agent attractors. It's the same. Come on. I just want it to sound. They call it direct response marketing because it works because you're direct. Okay? Number 1, email. I need you to go home and you do this. Really, really simple. Community events. The emails we got, Evelyn sends an email out, talks about community events. Guess what comes back? An email with no phone number that's been in a database and has opened the last 19 emails. And I don't know, $2 or $3 million listing. We've been watching what you're doing. We like you. Come list me. Oh, wait, there's more. Then the park one goes out. And I get the screenshots back from them. You know, the best community park, and they've got high production, right? So make sure that you get your production team lined up. This, okay? No excuses. And go watch her. Good artists cheat, great artists copy, okay? Can't miss community events in Vegas for the month of July, the month of August. Top 3 community events. Send the email. Send the email. Number 1, your subject line. It's got to be a hook. It's got to create curiosity. An incomplete sentence. An incomplete sentence. Be careful on the size of the file. The size of the file will keep it from getting delivered. Just keep it super, super simple, okay? Get rid of your greetings. You're wasting real estate. Open your cell phone up when I get off. Okay, and I want you to look at the first 3 lines. Hi, John, how are you doing? Gone. You're a great marketer. And you guys, this is simple. Well, how come most of the room isn't doing it once a week? Because the people that I get the privilege to work with, and now all of you, are going to start doing it. Go back. Can't miss community event for the month of August. Now when you write the email, then I want you to do a video. You'll be okay. You'll be all right. I want you to put it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Really, really simple. It doesn't cost much. Oh, that's right, it's free. And then watch this, ready? Do it over and over and over and over and over again. Here's my final piece that I want to share with you. Recruiting. I'm going to give you 3 talk tracks that work. So, what Bill's going to deliver in his craft that he's mastered in January is every bit of the sales skills, okay, that you need in this marketplace. He's been through them, along with the marketing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you tactically now how to reach out to people. I'm going to give you 3 talk tracks. This talk track has taken one company from 100 to 500 agents, an individual independent company, 500 direct, 3 years. Okay? This talk track, there's a guy named Isaac Guzman. Is Isaac Guzman in the house? He's not. Yeah, Isaac Guzman came back to the Beer Home team. I've coached Isaac for years. He came back to the Beer Home team 30 days ago. He recruited 13 people in 30 days to the team. He did the work. I just shared some things that work, and I'm going to give it to you. Number 1 in your dialogues, 3 things. Are you open-minded? Okay? So you want to use your tricky objection handlers. I want to ask questions. Are you open-minded? Okay? Are you a big thinker or a little thinker? And the third one is, I don't know, I always thought it made sense to sit down and work with the competition and meet with the competition, see what they're doing. I don't know, I always thought it made sense to sit down with the competition and see what they're doing. It's worked pretty well for clients of mine that have gone from 60 to 160 million in a year. For clients of mine that have gone from 400 million to 800 million in a year. It works. I want to close with this. We're going to overcome this sucker together. Make some noise if you trust Glenn. He delivered a platform for you, and you acted on it for happiness and freedom and abundance. He responded to the market. Today he stepped up and made a commitment to you again with the #1 sales trainer on the planet. Bill pipes an event exclusively for you. Do you trust that that's the right move that Glenn's made for you guys? Yes or no? Awesome. Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take action, because here's what you've done. This room is full because you trusted Glenn on this platform he's provided. And it's given you great returns. And now trust in him and come along with us, and I will see you all in Fort Lauderdale. I want to leave one thing with y'all, okay? Commitment will always trump talent, and work works. Let's get to work. Thank you.